Welcome to Challenging Tuesday Chats. And who do we have here? And what on earth do you do all day?
Hi there, so my name's John Floyd, and what I do most of the day is take delivery of parcels and get accosted by parents in the driveway of the school, and the rest of the time I mostly walk dogs.
Sounds like a pretty good job, but does it come with a job title?
Yeah, the official job title is head here at Bruin.
Headmaster?
Yes, for my sins, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, look, Bruin, could you tell me a little bit about the school?
Yeah, so Bruin's quite an interesting school. It's pretty small. It's about 160 pupils who are all boys, and they are all struggling to read or write or do maths in some way. They all have a specific learning difficulty. And the job of Bruin is to cheer those children up because they've often been having a bit of a tough time, and then sort out their academics so they can go back to mainstream schools. So cheering up and sorting out is really the order of the day.
And what age do you start at, John?
So the youngest boys we get are 8, and the oldest sort of 13 going on 14 by the time they leave.
And where do the boys from Bruin head off to after Bruin?
I think if you took a handful of darts and chucked it at a map of the UK, you'd get a pretty accurate answer to that question. Last year, we had boys going down to Devon and Somerset to schools like Millfield and Blundell's. We had boys going to North Norfolk, to places like Gresham's, up to Scotland as well, to Gordonston, and even some going back to London to places like St Paul's. So pretty much all over the shop. But the Bruin boys also come from all over the shops. So, we have everything at the moment, from the son of a North Norfolk farmer to a Truro cathedral chorister.
Wow. Well, let's find out perhaps a little bit about you. Was university something that you did?
So university was definitely something I enjoyed, and there was some work whilst I was there. I was up at Edinburgh University in Scotland, and I took a year of doing university in France, actually, as well, in Grenoble.
And what did you study? Or did you study?
I
know you went to university. Did you come out with a degree?
I did come out with a degree, and I did do some studying, although I think it would be fair to say that the title of Alpine Tourism was my year in France, and a lot of it was spent while standing on snow.
And what was your degree in Edinburgh? What was that?
So it was a Master of Arts mostly in geography, with a smattering of sociology and social anthropology.
So, as most arts degrees, you hardly ever went to lectures.
I think I was a fully committed student. I think I had a whole 6 hours a week of lectures that I had to attend.
Oh, you poor arts people.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Bruin. John, what's your favourite part of the working day?
Oh, crikey, the working day, I don't know. It's pretty varied here. It definitely, in terms of there are certain junctures in the week that I think would probably be a better answer. So we have a weekly chapel service on Thursday, which is probably the calmest moment of my week, which I really, really look forward to. It's at least 40 minutes where I can't look at my phone or emails. And then we also have these formal dinners on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where in pre-COVID times, you'd invite roughly 20 parents and they come to dinner along with all the pupils in the school. And so it was a chance to basically showcase Bruin in action to some of the parents and give them the chance to meet up both with other parents and other teachers and hopefully their sons' friends. And then they can vet which of their sons' mates they'll ever let near their house at the weekend.
That sounds quite a unique thing that happens at prep schools. I've not heard of that in other prep schools.
No, I think it is quite a rarity. I mean, the school is very young in its history. It's only 30 years old. And I think it was effectively the formalizing of dinner twice a week was effectively a way of providing a bit more structure and a bit more theatre to the long winter nights. And it's something that's always stuck. And I must say, I'm much happier for it, and my liver is probably more disappointed for it as well.
What sort of menu do you get at these formal dinners?
Oh, well, I mean, it's really just a main course and a pudding. And it varies very, very wildly from season to season. We try and use quite a lot of locally sourced produce. The farmer at the other end of the village managed to help us get through about 500 of his pheasants last winter. We won't do slightly so many this year. But we also do Moroccan themed nights. We even had an Algerian themed night that involved quite a lot of goat. So pretty much any type of food. The variety is quite impressive.
That sounds amazing. I will look forward to coming to join you again at some stage. John, last 12 months have been pretty tricky. What's been the biggest challenge for you, do you think?
I think the biggest challenge I found is keeping parents positively engaged whilst being told that you absolutely have to keep them at arm's length. Fundamentally, schools are a service industry. You're trying to help your customers, and those customers are both the pupils, but they're also the parents. And so previously we would invite parents to these dinners that we've already discussed, chapel services. They would come in for tea and coffee every Monday morning and a collection on Fridays. And really at the moment, these parents are putting huge faith in Bruin, and we're telling them they literally are not allowed out of the car park. And so trying to foster that positive relationship with them whilst constantly pushing them away from actually being actively involved in the school, I think has been quite tough.
No, that is. It has been tough for school leaders this last 12 months. What do you do to relax?
So I love fly fishing. So that's my sort of one big love. And that's, guess what, more of a summertime thing. And it basically involves fishing very unsuccessfully in my case, but it also involves quite a lot of wading. So you're standing in these chest waders in a river, which means, and I've learned this the hard way, is the one thing you don't do is start looking at your phone or playing around with any form of electronic gadgetry, because when it goes wrong, obviously it drops in the drink and will be swiftly lost. So it's a very good way of disengaging and disconnecting. Also, I've got 4 young children, and they usually can't swim in something that big. So it's the ultimate form of escapism at the moment.
So 4 young children, your home must be almost like a creche.
Yes, yeah, I think my wife romantically described it as living in a kindergarten with someone that you used to date.
Wonderful. John, what has been your favourite pedagogical innovation?
So recently, most of our innovations, guess what, have been much more down the technology line. And the one I really enjoyed the most, and it's just so beautifully simple, as so many great inventions are, is a thing called Cami. All our boys here have Chromebooks, which have touch-sensitive screens. And it basically allows you to take a PDF or an exam script, which normally is quite difficult to use in an interactive way. And you can write on it, annotate it, put text box on it, and then teachers can also leave audio recorded notes on it as feedback. And it turns what used to be a very, very static, very old-fashioned resource into something much, much more interactive, and much more useful, and much more interesting. And it's made the old-fashioned lesson of going through an exam paper used to be a very slow, dull process of probably lots of children sitting in silence and a teacher talking a lot, and it's made it so much better. So I think that's been the single greatest benefit that we've found whilst working online.
Okay, thank you. So this is called Challenging Tuesday Chat. So this is probably the more challenging bit of it. Now it's like a game, John. I'm going to give you sort of an either-or thing, and you have to choose one or the other. That's the game. You can't choose something else. I know you love games.
Excellent. Fire away, boss.
Right. Blog or vlog?
Oh, definitely blog. I really do not like being able to see myself on a screen.
1 button or 2 if you're wearing smart casual?
As a man that's always struggled to get a tan in his life, definitely 1 button. There is nothing worth seeing here.
Thank you. Hunters or Dubarrys?
Hunters, they're more waterproof, but I've never really been able to afford a pair of Dubarrys, so I don't really know.
coffee or brandy at breakfast?
I think in the best of both worlds, both, and definitely keep them separate to avoid ruining one or the other.
And whiskey or cocoa before bed?
Oh, probably cocoa, particularly if I've started on brandy at breakfast. I'll probably have run out by then.
Archery or judo?
Oh, definitely archery.
Land Rover Defender or yellowy greeny Porsche?
Yeah, I think that's the easiest question so far. Definitely the Land Rover.
Waltz or samba?
Oof, definitely samba. I don't think I've got the frame for a waltz, and I think I'd probably destroy a few toes on the way.
Bovril or Marmite?
Oh, Marmite all the way.
Not even a hint of Bovril?
No, not so much as a whiff.
University Challenge or Would I Lie to You?
Univ Chow. Every time. I can watch it for hours just to get one question right to make me feel like I know something. It's glorious.
It is. I sometimes have to watch one after another to get that one question right. But
yeah, exactly. That's what the
you do
pause button's for, so that it can't buzz until you get it. Yeah.
A couple more. Gavin Williamson or
Whatever
Nicholas
you're going to
Sturgeon?
say next, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're going to say after Gavin Williamson, I'll go for that one right now.
Okay, so that's Nicholas Sturgeon.
Oh, God, it was tough, but yeah, no, I'm still there.
Still there. Okay, well, let's go then. Nicholas Sturgeon or Boris Johnson?
Boris Johnson, but you were asking me to choose.
I was. Headmaster of Bruin Abbey School, which incidentally was voted the best independent school in Chesterton for 5 years running. I didn't know if you knew that.
I did not. I didn't. I imagine the sample size for that was vast as well.
Do you know, I didn't look at the sample size,
exactly.
But there we are. Thank you so much for joining in.
No, pleasure.
I hope you have a good term.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Goodbye.